Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Sit. I'm playing Dark Souls 3, the weapon playthroughs. Now, last episode, or last time in any case, we finished off the Greatsword playthrough, which was interesting. It was very interesting. And and that's it. Yeah. And this episode we're gonna go and deal with, or like this playthrough, we are gonna go and collect all of the straight swords and all of the standard sized shields. Which is interesting, because I'm gonna have to like do some interesting things to get through this. Also, if any of my audio sounds a little bit different than it usually does, I had to change it because when I went into New Game Plus last time, I seem to remember using this microphone in a different way last time that I was like in between the normal playthrough and the New Game Plus playthrough from the last playthrough. There we go. And I have no idea what happened, but for some kind of reason, my microphone peaks like absolute mad. So I changed a couple of things. It might be good, it might be bad. Who knows? I'm gonna go and get a move on though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I am going to make a character. I'm going to I'm gonna be playing as Marth. One of the main people from Fire Emblem in general. Let's see, appearance. Where are my favorites? And here he is. Basic face. Hair makes a decent amount of sense. And that's it. Yeah, I'm just not gonna try to change too many people's, like I'm not gonna change their faces too much anymore. Because I go mad when well, the thing is, I just make horrendous looking characters, so I might as well just deal with this, which I feel like looks fine. I kind of look like Orbeck in a certain way. Now, that guy's gonna die. I am gonna be starting as a knight, I'm pretty dang sure, because I don't remember there being any other class that uses... Well, it starts off with straight swords? Nope. Then it will be him. Or like the knight. The thing is, there's no... Like, it's actually pretty dang good, because that way I already have the knight shield too, which is another thing that I was... Like, that I need to go and collect. Let's get a move on. This is the 4th playthrough in a row or something? Yeah, I still haven't played anything else, by the way. Yeah, I have no idea why. Or like, actually, yes, I just don't have any idea why I'm so hooked on Dark Souls all of a sudden, but here we are nonetheless, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with it. I'm just gonna keep playing. So, what can I say about straight swords? To be quite honest, not a lot. This is the most basic weapon that you can have in Dark Souls. You just have normal R1 spammage that you can do. You can also do strong attacks to stab. And when you two-hand the weapon, you do them in a vertical way. And then you have a horizontal slash with this particular weapon. When you use the weapon Art, you can activate your stance. And let me go and show this off on this dude. And then you can use the light attack to get rid of shields. And the strong attack to do is stab upwards. It's just the same as the great swords actually did in the last playthrough. Or at least the claymore. And aside from that, well, there are going to be some different... Like, some weapons are going to have some special stuff going for them and all that jazz as per usual. But for the time being, this is all there is to the straight sword. I will say the straight sword, like, next to a couple of... Well, the thing is, I have a couple of weapons that I really like in Dark Souls 3. But the straight swords, there's one particular straight sword that I think a lot of people like. And I also like it a lot. And that is the Lothric Knight straight sword. When you upgrade that weapon to plus 10 and give it a sharp gem, you will have an S scaling in dexterity. Plus, the Lothric Knight straight sword also does more critical damage than a normal straight sword. I think. I'm not sure if there's any other one that does that, but I know that that one does have that, so yeah. That's just about all that I can say about... That's about oh my god. That's about all I can say about straight swords. There we go. At least that I can think of for the moment. Until we get something new. You know what, in a certain way I'm gonna miss like my crazy damage that I... And like the hefty attacks of my great swords and my big old weapons that I... Yeah. Kinda sad about that actually. I very much like using the big weapons. Also, I ran out of Estus. Out of Estus. Oh well. You know what? I would definitely like to compare this weapon, or like I made the comparison before though, with the whole thing about hammers, axes, and straight swords being just about the same to me. And yeah, this is gonna make this playthrough maybe a little bit less fun. I'm not sure quite yet. Gonna try to make the most out of it, of course. I'm also hoping that I managed to fix some of my audio things, because I don't particularly like... Yeah, I'm just annoyed because of the... Wait, let me go and try something for a moment. Test. Test. Well, this seems to work a little bit better. Let's just go and roll with this for a moment. Made a tiny adjustment to my setup, yes. You know what? I'm actually really gonna miss my big weapons. In a certain way. Feels kind of weird for me to play. Like, actually, I said that in the last playthrough too. With the way that it feels very weird for me to play with a straight sword. It's just so boring. Well, that's a pretty basic weapon, of course, but doesn't make it a bad weapon though. I would definitely say that the straight swords are one of, if not the most versatile weapon in the game. Are you kidding me? Just stop blocking when I perform a proper kick. You little shit. Not even giving me the glory. Or the satisfaction of getting rid of your shield and stabbing you in the face. Let me see though, this thing does not have... Yeah, it only has 100 critical. Doesn't have any more critical damage. Which makes a lot of sense, but... Something in me was still hoping that it was going to be different. For some kind of reason. Alright, let's go and remove your sword. There we go. Also, I think two-handing straight swords is almost useless in a certain way. I'm not sure though. Once again, I don't know a lot about straight swords actually. Like what they specialize in and all that jazz. That is why I'm doing this playthrough, to figure it out. To see how good straight swords really are. Well, also horrifyingly bad, like, well, at the same time screwing up a lot, in my opinion. Oh boy. This is, of course, a new session, so you'll have to excuse me for any... Yeah, you probably already noticed it, but bad English. And, or just like rusty. I have no idea why, but whenever I start recording, I rarely have moments where I'm like, okay, let's get this shit on the road, and I'm instantly into the game. And into the commentating shenanigans. Oh well. I will find it eventually, and by that point, all the viewers will have left. Because that's usually how it works. With the emphasis on usually, because it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes I have a very amazing start in a playthrough and a pretty bad end. Or like, just a bad second, wow. A bad second session or whatever. There isn't really much sense to be found in that. In the majesty that is confiscating? What am I saying? Commentating over a game. I'm gonna have to do something I really don't like doing though, in this playthrough. I'm gonna have to do the Hollow Quest. Well, I'm not gonna finish the Hollow Quest, because there's not a lot of point in me doing that. I don't really get anything, like I don't need anything else for later on in the quest. The thing I am supposed to do is get Yuria of Londor in my... like in Firelink. For that I need to go and make myself hollow, so that kind of sucks. And then I have to go and bring Orbeck of Vinheim back. Then I'm gonna have to kill Orbeck of Vinheim, give his ashes to Yuria of Londor. Then I get myself one of the straight swords that I needed. And then I need to go back over to back over to the Road of Sacrifices before I defeat the Crystal Sage, and I have to go and kill Henri. Well, I don't have to. I could also finish her quest line, but her quest line is such a... well, actually, yes. Her quest line is such a pain in the ass that I'm just not in the mood for dealing with it, so I'm just going to go and kill her and get the blade that way. Well, I was thinking like, am I going to get bitten before I land my majestic hit? But I didn't. Right, so I'm going to be finding a lot of useless shields, like the East-West shield. Wait, what does this do? Wooden shields are light, manageable, and offer relatively high magic absorption. Well, I guess they do. But it's still useless. How much stability do you have? 45, yikes. Oh, I just noticed something. Wait, I wrote them down on my phone, I think. The stats that I'm gonna need for this particular playthrough. Let's go and take a look, because I'm not sure if I... did I... 26 intelligence? That seems like a lot. Give me a moment while I figure this out, yes. Alright, so I'm back after figuring out what I was supposed to do. Or like which... how many stats I need in what thing. Or how many points I need to put in which stat. There we go, my god. For some kind of reason, nothing is working. Okay, so I need 17 strength, I need 18 dexterity, and 16 faith. Those are the only requirements for me to get... sorry, to use all of the straight swords. I'm not even talking about all of the shields. Because I don't know about that one. And I could figure it out, but it's not organized in a nice list as it is with the weapons on the wiki that I'm using. So I think I'm just gonna go and grab the shields and see what I'm gonna need to be able to use them. Alright, let's go and hope that I don't fall down, because that would suck quite a lot. Shut up, crows. Getting me lovely Estus shard. And then the other thing. The good old covetous silver serpent ring, which I will wear for the rest of the game. Well, just about, yes. Depending on what I need. Could be that I might equip something else, but I don't think that I will. There you go. Let's go and upgrade that Estus. My Estus. I'm but a humble stiff. A humble smith? Wow. I'm but a humble smith. I don't need anything else. How does it actually look when it comes to scaling? Is this another reinforcement situation? It might be. Well. Okay, short sword. There we go. And I guess also the torch. And these are small shields, right? Yep, and then the large leather one is a standard shield. Yes. And that is all that I need to care about. Yeah, well. My god. I can go on like this for ages. Okay. HP? Question mark? I don't need that much stamina in this playthrough, so that's at least a godsend. Of course, the more stamina the better, but I technically don't need that much of it. Okay, 17 strength. And I'm just gonna go and start putting everything into dexterity, I think. I'll go and do this for a moment. I can always upgrade my... well, yeah. I feel like I have a lot of leeway in this playthrough compared to the other one, so... this should be bloody fine. Let's go to the high wall. Most of the swords I need to collect will be on my way. Like on my normal route that I go through the game. So normally I shouldn't miss too many of them. I'm kind of hoping that I can get a thing. What was the name of it? A Lothric Knight's Straight Sword. Because that, I think, if and when I get it, that's probably going to be one of my standard swords that I'm going to be using. Also, this thing does more crit damage. That's interesting. A little bit less damage, more crit damage. Not sure, I'm going to go run with this for a moment. At this point of the game, there's not much I can... like, there's not much difference between equipping these two weapons, so... well, there's like 10 10 damage or something, but that really isn't that much. I'm not gonna go over there because there's nothing over there for me to get except for some souls, which I do not really care enough about because they're not that much. Alright, let's go and see about killing you. I wonder if the 10% of this critical damage would make a lot of difference. I'll just run around with this for a moment. It doesn't matter too much. Of course, if I were to die, that would kind of suck, but at the same time, it's Dark Souls. It happens. I remember the shield that you're using. It's a pain in the ass to get. Well, I seem to remember it being a pain in the ass to get. Nothing compares to the falchion hunt that I needed to do when I was originally collecting all of the weapons. Before making videos about it. Because that was pure hell. I will continuously say that because it really was. It was the worst. I think that was the worst item that I've ever had to farm in any of my playthroughs ever. Even the Covenant items were easier. But okay, let's maybe not say that because I had a horrendous time farming the wolf sword grass in my first. I'm gonna collect everything run. Why, you little shit? Height Knight Shard, nice. And I also... They can be quite handy in the early game, and just in general, I'd say. Hello, friend! Would be pretty awesome if you were to, you know, drop that shield that you're carrying. Because I kind of need to collect it. I feel like I'm missing like a tiny amount of damage. So fuck it, I'm gonna go and switch back to this one. I have a little bit more range with this weapon also. Which I like quite a lot. Hello, friends! Let me just go this way. Really? Some of them yet live, but not for long. Let's go and see what happens when we let's just go see if I can get killed. If I can get, my god, that's difficult for me to say. Let's just see if I get killed by this thing or not. I have no idea what is happening with me in this first episode of the Straight Sword playthrough. There we go, and roll out of the way for that. Because that's gonna kill me if he hits. There we go. And no sign of avarice, unfortunately. Gotta say, I didn't really expect anything. But I didn't expect too much. I'm gonna try to parry with this shield. Oh. Glorious. Since I'm not allowed to use my parry shields in this playthrough because I'm using standard shields, means that I'm gonna try to parry a little bit more with standard shields. If I feel like it in any case. I'm not gonna do it that much though, I don't think so in this playthrough. I can always try, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Alright people, that is going to conclude to this episode of Just How I was playing Dark Souls 3, The Weapon Playthroughs. In the next episode we're going to go and continue through the High Wall of Lothric. Goodbye.